Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, welcome. You came at a perfect day. The next couple of days are going to be perfect and they're going to be splendid because, oh my god, I have like 5 videos I need to upload. I've been filming and I have like 5 videos I haven't been able to upload because I've been so busy. But you know what? It's better that I'm busy than if I'm not busy, but I just have a lot of videos like backed up that I need to upload. But this is the first one. This is the main one that I need to film, edit, and upload right now because, oh my goodness, the day has come. The time is finally here. It took us 6 years, but I am so excited to be doing an album review of Adele's brand new album, 30. I've got a lot of thoughts and opinions that I have written here on my phone. Sit back, relax. It's gonna be a long one. We're gonna be talking all things 30, and oh my god, I have so many thoughts and opinions, and I'm just so happy today because finally a record has come out after 6 years. Oh my goodness, it took us a while, but we're finally here. So if you want to know my thoughts and opinions on the record, then keep on watching. Let me tell you guys, November, the month of November has not let me breathe. I have not had time to breathe in the month of November. From me launching the holiday collection, to Red Taylor's version, to the 10-minute version of All Too Well, to then the short film, to then Adele's 30. Now I'm in a new relationship. I'm kidding about the last part, by the way. I just needed something else for it to sound dramatic. Never gonna happen. But all of the other things, like, oh my god, I have not had time to breathe. And then I'm uploading another video after this one. I went to a little concert before the album came out, which that also in itself did not give me a moment to breathe. Anyways, that's beside the point. Today we're talking about Adele's 30. So this is the album we have been waiting for the past 6 years. It is her big return after the blockbuster record of 25, which I took a little trip down memory lane and I thought I did a review on 25 here on my YouTube channel. Whoa. That's how long I've been doing videos, guys. Whoa. I've been doing videos since before she released 25. Oh my god, that's insane. And I didn't do a review on 25. I don't think I was doing album reviews at the time 25 came out. That was like the first year I was on YouTube, so probably didn't do an album review on it that I know of. Through my like history of my videos, through the catalog of videos, I didn't see any. But anyways, 30, I believe, was worth the 6-year wait. I feel like this was worth the 6-year wait, and in fact, I feel confident enough to say this very early on in the album review that this record is her magnum opus. I feel like this record is the record that will define and solidify her career far more than 21 ever will. You know, 21 in itself is not even an album, it is a masterpiece, and it is this body of work that has enveloped people's hearts for over 10 years now, and it is the soundtrack to people's heartbreak. It is the soundtrack to people's first fallout in love, and it is the soundtrack to a lot of people's, you know, toughest moments. However, with 30, I will say it is going to become the soundtrack for different experiences in life. It's going to become the soundtrack for many other experiences that are not shared in 21. And you know, I feel like this record was a record that was destined to be released in the time it was released in. I know Adele hinted that this album was supposed to come out last year in September. We all know that video from the birthday party with Florence Welch in it where she said, expect my album in September. September 2020 came, but also the rest of 2020 came. So we were like, we're not getting the album this year. And you know, I totally get it. I totally get it. She wanted this to have its own moment, and during a global health crisis, it was a little tough to have its own moment. Just let's look back at Chromatica. It was tough for it to have its own moment. It's still tough for it to have its own moment, but I get why she released it now, and I think it came at the perfect time. I think everything good and bad happened why it needed to happen, and this came out at the perfect time because for the past 18, nearly 20 months, everyone has been so heightened in emotions, and everyone has been just looking at life a little bit more different and looking at life through a different lens and through a different perspective. And I feel like this album kind of sets the tone for how most people have been feeling during this time. And I will say this record in itself is her most experimental work and her most bold work as a lyricist and as an artist to date. This kind of experimentalism with lyrics, this kind of boldness with the music, this kind of confidence that comes through her voice in 30 is something that is not shown in 25. And I love 25, that record in itself. It's beautiful, it's precious, it's got its own vibe to it, it's got its own stories to it. However, you know, I will be honest, you know, listening to the record now after listening to 30, I can see where there was sort of this like this biting her tongue with 25. I felt like she wasn't as open as she is with 30, and a lot of it has to do because the rise from 21 to 25 was monumental. I mean, it was astronomical. It was something that is unheard of these days, to go from releasing 21 as a semi-indie artist to then catapulting to the top of the charts, catapulting far higher than any other artist is in this current music industry climate, and release 25 at that level. You know, there's some kind of expectation that people have of you, but she surpassed and exceeded that expectation with 25, and now where do you go from then? You go to 30. You go to having this confidence in you that I'm at this level of fame, I am at this level of an artist, I can sell this many records, I have this much confidence in my work, and I have this much confidence in what I do. Let me release this body of work. And that's exactly what she did. And this is her most authentic body of work to date, even surpassing 21. And I think this is the most brutally honest and the most personal body of work she has ever delivered. And 21 in itself was a very brutally honest record in itself. But see, the thing is that with her records, there's a certain theme to them where she talks about somebody else and, you know, kind of explains the faulties that somebody had in her relationship. Especially in 21, she explains the faulties that there were in that relationship and how they both fell out of love. But then in 30, there comes this self-realization in this record that, you know, I'm also part of the problem. I have to fix something in myself in order for me to be able to be in love with the world, in order for me to be able to express love and give love and feel love from other people. And with this album, nothing was left behind and nothing was left unsaid or to question. And that's the beauty about this album. It's a record about self-discovery. It's a record about self-love, confidence, heartbreak, and also the most gut-wrenching vulnerability. And we feel that gut-wrenching vulnerability in the third track, which is titled My Little Love, which is sort of a note to her son. And there's some voice memos in this record, which I will be honest, are some of the most heartbreaking voice memos I've ever heard in the song. And I've heard music that has voice notes before, but these are completely raw and honest, and it just, with the music in it and with the lyrics that come before it, it's very gut-wrenching and it's very heartbreaking. And I feel like it's a song that everyone at a certain point in their life will be able to relate to. And in fact, I feel like this album is an album for the people. It's an album for everyone, similar to how 21 has become an album for everyone. It's become the soundtrack to everyone's heartbreak. I feel like this record is going to be the album of maturity. And you know, I was thinking this after finishing the record, that this is like a grown-up record. I don't know if that's gonna translate really well with you guys, but it feels like a grown-up record. It feels like, okay, I'm a grown-up. I'm listening to a grown-up album now, and that's kind of the vibe I get from 30. And you know, this is gonna be the soundtrack to people's realization that, you know, you come to a certain point in your life where you mature and you grow and you realize things about yourself that you didn't realize before. And this is what that record is all about. And even the most experimental tracks in this record still remain true to the essence of who Adele is as an artist. And that's the beauty, and I feel like that's where that confidence in her as an artist and as a lyricist comes in, is that she can experiment with so many other things, and for it to still feel authentic, and for it to still feel like it's an Adele album. It doesn't feel like it's a record that somebody gave her for her to see. No, this is something that she wrote. This is something that feels like her. This is something that has the essence of her. And you know, that's when you know you're an artist. That's when you're like self-aware that you're an artist, when you can experiment with certain things or with completely different things that you've never experimented before in your music, and have it still feel authentic. That's when you're like, you're a self-aware artist. And I can completely respect that, and I can completely appreciate that in this record. Now, I know it's a little early to talk about it, but I would say this is, I mean, this is gonna be the winner for the 2023 Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year at the Grammys. Possibly Best Pop Vocal Album as well. I mean, it has all of the, what's the word? All of the characteristics of what make an Album of the Year. And Easy on Me has all of the characteristics of what make a Song of the Year and Record of the Year. And I know Adele said in an interview that she didn't want to make another bombastic Hello with the Return to 30, but she to some degree did something even bigger than Hello with this record. And I feel like every other record she releases is just going to be bigger and bigger than the previous one, given the build-up and given the anticipation and the long hiatuses she takes from releasing albums. It just creates more buzz, and it creates more anticipation, and it creates more of a want and a need to hear her voice again. And in my opinion, I feel like some of the standout songs are Oh My God, Can I Get It, Woman Like Me, and To Be Loved. And let's talk about that particular song a little further. I feel like To Be Loved is the best song she has ever released in her entire career, and I mean that with every fiber in my being. It surpasses Hello, it surpasses Someone Like You, it surpasses Rolling in the Deep. It is a song that is so gut-wrenchingly, and that's a term I've been saying a lot talking about this record, but it's a song that is so raw and that is so vulnerable. And the vocals in this song, it's a one-take song. Like, she did this all in one take. She sang the whole nearly 7 minutes of the song in one take. There's no backing vocals, there's no drums, there's no snares, there's nothing. It's just her and the piano in a moment in time where it feels like the world stops. When I listened to this song, I thought of nothing else but this song, and just reading the lyrics. I listened to it through Apple Music, so thankfully the lyrics are there. I listened through the song and the whole world around me stopped. And I feel like that's the feeling that everyone felt when they first heard this song for the very first time. It's that the whole world around you stops, and you're only concentrated in hearing the story Adele has to tell, and hearing the feelings Adele has about love and about being loved and about wanting to be loved. And she encapsulates the feeling of yearning for love and the feeling of wanting love in your life and what people do to find love in their life in such a way that I have never heard anyone do. And that's why I feel like this song in particular is the best song she has ever released. And I feel like this is going to be the new standard Adele song. This is going to be the new song that when you think of Adele, you think of this song, or you think of Hello, or you think of Someone Like You. But for the most part, I feel like people are going to be thinking about this song for a very, very long time. And that's why I feel confident, second time I'm doing this, giving a record the overall rating of 10 out of 10. It has every little asset, it has every little aspect I could have ever wanted from a comeback record from Adele. Like, it's exceeded my expectations. It exceeded anything I could have expected from an album that follows 25, and I feel like this record just does it flawlessly and beautifully. And I'm excited to see what else comes next from this Birdie era. I know she's probably not gonna tour, but you know, I'm excited to see what else she comes up with this era, and I'm excited to see just her. I'm excited to see her. She doesn't really pump up in the public eye that much, so I'm excited to just see her in the world, in the public psyche, in the public eye. I'm just excited for this era, and oh my God, November just does not let breathe. But you know what? I'm glad it's not letting me breathe, because I have moments like this in this month. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the record, if you have heard it or not, and make sure to subscribe, because I'm telling you, I've got like 5 or 6 videos, no, definitely 5 videos that I need to upload that are like, I'm like backed up on, so I'm uploading them now and I'm editing them right now for you guys. And I will see you next time, probably later tonight or tomorrow with another video, who knows. But I'll be here. I'll be here. Goodbye.